Hello dear students, welcome back to AVS classes. How are you all? I hope you all are healthy and doing well. So students, I'm your EVS educator again here with a new chapter, which is chapter number 11, Making Things. So in our previous chapter, we learned about the materials we have, different types of materials, how they texture, what are the state of it. And now we are going to learn about how we can make things. So what are the learning objectives we have for this chapter? By the end of the chapter, students will be able to identify everyday objects like pots, cups, and bricks and the materials used to make them. Understand the step-by-step process of making pots using clay and potter's wheel. Know the importance of baking pots in a clean. Know the importance of baking pots in a film to make them strong. Clean इसकी pronunciation क्या होगी? Clean. Know the importance of making pots and clean to make them strong. Observe and appreciate the work of potters and traditional pottery. Take part in decorating pots and making simple clay items with elders. Explore patterns found in nature and use them in art and pottery design. So basically, now you are going to learn about the pottery things, how the cups, how the pots are made, and this is are going to okay, and this is going to be very, very, very interesting for us. So now let's start our chapter. Materials and their use. So before starting and before making materials, we have to understand what are the importance we have for the particular material. So we use many useful things around us every day. Pots for storing water, gulak, pots for storing water, gulaks, piggy banks, bird baths and clay cups, coolers. These objects are made by shaping a soft material called clay. So we have a clay and we generally give different shape to this clay. And what are the shapes we have and what are the materials we made with the help of clay? Clay pot, clay bird bath, clay cup and clay gulla. Next, clay is a type. Okay. Clay is a type of soil that becomes soft when mixed with water. It is easy to shape and becomes hard when dried and baked. So what we understand here, clay is basically a type of soil, but it is becomes soft when we mix with water. It is hard. Okay. So basically what we understand here that clay is a particularly a type of a soil. When we mixed it with water and give different shapes to it, so it will convert it into that particular shape. It is easy to shape and becomes hard when dried and baked. That is why it is used to make pots, kullaks and cups. Clay is used by potters to make many useful items. Just like clay, different things are made from different materials. For example, metal is used to make tools. Metal is used to make tools, plastic is used to make toys and containers, rubber is used to make tires and erasers, glass is used to make windows and bottles. So what we understand here, according to materials properties, we made so many things from a particular material. We are talking about metal, so we are making tools from them. If we are talking about plastic, so we make toys and containers from them. Rubbers, we are making tires and erasers from them. And glass, we make windows and bottles from glass. So each kind of material have its own properties and according to that property we made our materials further. Now we use different materials depending on what we want to make. Clay is used for pots because it can be shaped easily and holds water well. Each material has special qualities that make it useful. So according to its properties, the raw material we have, it provides some kind of benefit, some kind of usefulness for us. For example, if we're talking about the clay, which is a type of a soil, it generally easy to shape in any kind of we want, and further it is very useful to store water because it get okay. So we made fine. So what we understand here, that we have different types of material, and according to their properties we made our materials, we made our products from them. For example, we are talking about clay. Clay is very good because it generally change its shapes, and it's good in making pots, cups and gullaks from it. Next we have the pot making process. Now you are going to learn about how a potter makes pots, right? So all of you, are you excited? Let's discuss it in detail. So, have you seen a clay pot at home? Yes or no? I think yes, because it is very general in Indian house that we have a clay pot in our home. Next, do you know how it is made? Let's learn step by step how pots are made by potters. The first thing which potters do, we have pictures as well, students, so it's going very interesting for us how they are making this pot making process we have. So, collecting and preparing clay. First of all, what you have to do, first you have to collect the clay and you have to prepare it, because without your preparation you even don't complete your exam. So how can a potter make pots, right? So first of all you have to done your preparation. Now the potter collects clay and adds water to make it soft and sticky. So what we understand by preparation, first of all you have to take clay, you have to add water to make it smooth or sticky. Next we have kneading the clay. Kneading the clay is kneaded well like dough to remove air bubbles and make it smooth. Now you have to kneading it, because you have to prepare it like a dough and you have to ensure that they have not bumps into it and the air bubbles should be absent. Now using the potter's wheel, the soft clay is placed on a spinning wheel. The potter shapes it into a pot with skill hand. Skill hand means they have training to make their pots. If you are talking about you are going and you have a moving wheel and you have a clay and you are trying to make anything, you couldn't do because you don't have skill hands, right? Next we have drying process. The shape pot is left in the sun to dry, so now we have to give time to bake it, right? Next, baking in is clean. The dried pot is baked in a very hot oven called a kiln. This makes the pot strong and hard and ready to use. Without baking, the pot would break easily. And now we have picture. What you have to do? First, you have to prepare your clay by adding water and you have to make it soft and sticky. Next, you have to do kneading to make sure that there is no air bubbles into it. Now you have to put your clay on the wheel and you have to just give a shape according to your choice. Next, you have to give some time to dry it in the presence of sun. Now you have to bake it, and after baking it, you can decorate it according to your colors, according to your designs. So on the last point, we have decorating. Some pots are printed or decorated with patterns to make them look beautiful. Pot making is a team effort. Each family member plays a role in creating beautiful and useful pots. So we cannot say so we cannot say only a single person can make it. It is a teamwork. With the help of a family, they are playing their own role, and we have such beautiful pots in our homes. Now, craftsmanship. This is the important and very interesting topic for the students, because each students feel, oh my god, I am a craftsman, right? You always say, I don't like studies but I like craft work, right? So these are the things you have to learn in this and you have interest into as well. Have you ever watched a potter at work? Potters are skilled artists who make beautiful things with their hands and clay. Next, watching the spinning wheel, how can we see? So a potter uses a spinning wheel to shape clay into pots. It is amazing to see how the soft clay slowly turns into a beautiful pot. The potter moves his hands and gently and carefully while the wheel spins. So what they are doing, the wheel, it's continuously spinning, okay? And with the help of their skilled hands, they are giving shapes, different shapes to clay. And further, when we see and the process, it is a beautiful process in itself only. And things made by potters. What are the things which is made by potters? Potters make many useful and pretty items such as water pots, cups, kulhars, piggy banks, gullaks, lamps, plates and bowls and flower pots. Each item is shaped, dried and baked to make it strong and useful. You can help adults in small but fun ways. You can help them by decorating pots with patterns. So what we understand here, that all those things we have, piggy banks, gullaks, kulharts, cups, all these things are made by clay. Only the change we have their shape. And the same process we have for the each and every item which is made by the clay, right? Next, the beauty of pottery. Pottery is not just beautiful. Pottery is just not use. Okay. Pottery is not just useful, it is also beautiful. Potters decorate their items with patterns and colors. These designs are often inspired by nature, like leaves, flowers, or birds. Every piece shows the love and hard work of the potter. Let's respect and appreciate these craftspeople who keep our traditional art alive. So, what we understand here that the potter's work, it is useful for us. Yes, we consider it and we also appreciate it, but it is a beautiful thing in its own way because it is a traditional way where we make our utensils. For nowadays, we don't use the potters made things basically, but in our ancient time, we have a great use of potters, right? The pottery things we have like gullaks, we have cups, we have water pots, and these are very useful for us. And the way, by using the natural things, the flowers, the leaves, the decorating points they are using, it is a beautiful thing. So what you have to do here, that you have to respect it and always keep in mind in Diwali time, if you have a choice to buy some things, so you always consider this potter's things, the diyas basically. Don't go for China's item. Okay. Next, exploring patterns in nature and art. So all patterns we have, all drawings we have, they are inspired from nature only. Nothing is excluded from nature, right? So look around. Nature is full of beautiful patterns. First, on plants, see the lines on leaf. See the lines on a leaf, or the round dots on a flower. These are natural things. So if you see here that we have lines on leaves, right? So this is a natural thing we have. It is a pattern which is given by God, right? Next, on animals, a butterfly's wings, a zebra's stripes, or a peacock tails, they all have special shapes and colors. You see so many rangolis, right? What kind of rangolis? You see the peacock texture is always there because it is beautiful. And we are talking about the zebra crossing is made by the zebras stripes, right? We can say that. And butterfly, beautiful wings, right? So all patterns, all drawing ideas, I think so, it's given by the God only, and we have using these patterns in a different way. Draw these patterns. Try drawing these lovely patterns in your notebooks. Use dot lines and curves. Create your own patterns. Decorate a paper or a clay toy with your own design. Use colors in shapes or even leaves to print. You can use these natural things to print your own pattern, right? So, students, show your craftsmanship and try and give it a try to these things. Next, in Indian pottery, Indian pots often have patterns like flowers, waves, or zigzags. These patterns are inspired by nature too. So, we see in this type of pots, what we are doing here. Okay. So, if you see in these type of pots, what you see here, we have zigzag pattern, we have leaf pattern, we have flower pattern. So, we are using different patterns to decorate our pots. Next, brick by brick. Bricks Bricks are used to build houses, schools, and other buildings. They are made from mud or clay. The mud is pressed into a mold to give it a brick shape. Then the bricks are dried and baked in a hot oven called a kiln. This makes the bricks hard and strong. So the same kind of process we have for the bricks as well, but they are made from the mud. We have a shaper for the bricks. We are arranging our mud into that shaper, and further we give time to dried in the presence of sunlight, and further we baked it till it becomes strong. Next, just like pots are made with clay, bricks are also made from the same kind of mud. Strong bricks help in making strong walls and buildings. Walls are built slowly, brick by brick. After many days, these walls becomes big buildings. It is amazing to see how small bricks can help build something so big and useful. Bricks are very important. They help to keep us safe in our homes and schools. So what we understand here, that first of all we understand the concept of making brick process. Similarly, as the potter made their different things, similarly bricks is also made by the shaper we have, and it is made up of mud. Next, with a single brick, when we placed it again and again on it, what we understand, we made a wall, and further with the help of this wall we made our building. So it is a very interesting process when we see a small things will convert it into so many big things, which is very beautiful, right, and strong. Next, different types of houses. Now we are going to learn about different types of houses. We are living in a city, so here we have different types of houses, and if we are talking about the villages, so there we have a different type of houses. So people live in different kinds of houses. The type of house depends on the weather, place, and materials available. Houses keep us safe from rain, heat, cold, and while animals, they give us a place to rest, live happily with our family. So what we understand here, home is just not a home for us, right? It is everything for us, and with the help of whom we can save ourselves from rain, heat, different weathers, cold, right? So when we say home, so it is a motherly feeling for us. And what our houses are made of, now we are going to discuss about this, because we have to save ourselves from different kind of situations and weathers. So what we understand here, some houses are made of brick, cement, and concrete. So in cities, generally we made our houses with brick, cement, or concrete. In villages, many houses are made of mud, wood, cow dung, and straw. In hilly areas, houses are made using stones and wood. In a very cold places, ice houses called igloos are used. In a hot places, houses often have a flat roofs. In a rainy places, houses have a sloping roof so that water can flow off. And in a flood prone areas, houses are built on stilts. So what we understand here, according to the weather, according to the place, we have different types of homes. If we are talking about cities, so we made our homes with bricks, cement, and concrete. If we are talking about village, so they are generally made their home with the help of mud and cow dungs. If we are talking about hilly areas, so they are using stones. If we are talking about cold places, so the ice houses we have, which we call them what we and so we have ice houses and what we call them igloos. So according to weather, according to the place, we change our homes and materials. Now, mud houses. Mud houses stay cool in summer and warm in winter. They are eco-friendly and built using things found in nature. So what we understand here, in villages, the home generally made up of mud. And mud can change its state according to the weather. If we are talking about summer, so they get cool in summer, and in winter they get warm in nature. So it is very good for us. Now don't we have to change our home according to the weather. Mud itself changes its nature according to the weather. Next, safety in construction. Construction work is not easy. It can also be risky. That is why people who build houses, roads, and buildings must follow safety rules. So if you ever see any construction site, so you see so many things for the protection for the people who are working there. So construction workers wear helmets, the orange helmet, the yellow helmet to protect their heads. Safety vests to be easily seen, boots to protect their feet from sharp things, safety goggles to protect their eyes, gloves to protect their hands, and masks to protect them from inhaling dust. These help them stay safe while working. So if you ever question why they are wearing this type of things, because they want to protect themselves from the sharp things, from the head hard things, right? Next, these are the things we have. Construction workers use safety. They are boot, gloves, mask, headphones, helmets, right? And now what we have, we should also follow safety rules. So what are the safety rules for us? So always keep in mind, do not play near buildings under constructions. Do not climb on bricks or wood lying around. Stay away from tools and machines. The people who build our homes, schools and roads work hard in the sun and dust. They keep themselves safe. Themselves safe and also help build a better world for us. Let's thank them for their hard work. So what you have to keep in mind, after the safety, where first of all you have to see in the safety rules, we have an answer of your questions why they are wearing these type of things, because they have to save themselves. Next, you also have to save yourself. Do not play in a construction site. Always keep in mind, you have to stay from them. Next, the construction area, the people who are working there, they are very hard work. They are doing hard work generally, right? So we always have to appreciate them, we have to respect them, because just because of their hard work we are live in a beautiful and safely in our homes. So I hope students you learned this chapter and you understood this. So I hope students you understood. So I hope students you understood this chapter very well. Now I'm going to meet you in your next class. Till that, keep learning. Have a good day. Bye bye.